Hey everyone, and let's continue reading Mahoyo. And this time, as you could see, we're not gonna go for chapter 2, but instead we're gonna go through the extra today. And the name of the chapter is 7 Days of a Spinning, so let's not waste any more time and just jump straight to the reading. Alright, let's begin. Money in the city moved incredibly fast. Man, I wish... I wish it was in autumn in my place, like... Because right now when I'm recording this, it's something along 40 degrees in my place. And my brain is just melting under the heat, but that's just how it is. It made one wonder if it was even in the morning at all, with people so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Alright, that's probably the place where Soujuurou lives, I assume. The familiar aura that awoke him reminded him of a rock slide. The identity of the monster's sound was the engine of a motorcycle. It's a beast, the metallic beast. Yoshida-san, his neighbor, was leaving for work. It's kinda nice that we're getting... perhaps we're getting the entire chapter from Soujuurou, or at least some of it from his perspective. It was hard to determine when night ended and morning began here. The town's urbanization was synonymous with insomnia. Already, it's barely sun up yet. Where could Yoshida-san be going so early? Sluggishly lifted himself off the floor. He caught himself starting to survey his surroundings out of a habit, before deciding better off it, and made his way to the washroom. There he poured himself a cup of water and slowly gulped it down. Having been relegated to well water until recently, he found the convenience pleasing. Pleased was definitely the word that best described how he felt. That's one of the charms of the civilization for you. The civilization is about erasing inconveniences through optimization. The reduction of labor in our daily lives. Koga-san had taught him that my guy has a lot of neighbors, but I guess it's one of these places where there are a bunch of flats and there are dirty ships. We have a lot of people living there. Koga-san had taught him that while the essentials were easier than ever to get our hands on, life itself was growing more and more complex. So to us, it is his duty to adjust to his new reality. As a distant relative of Soujuurou's father, Koga-san had taken Soujuurou in, even though the boy had been little more than a stranger in his life till that point. Okay, so we have a relative after all, to Soujuurou. I thought my guy is just living in some school dormitory now. Koga-san had helped him get registered at school and find an apartment to live. Though he had insisted that Soujuurou handle his residence card and register his change of address by himself. The series of procedures proved exceedingly difficult for Soujuurou, but knowing that this was a part of his new city life, he did his best to complete them diligently. While they may have reputation for being a sticker for the rules. The city offices aren't all that bad. They're scary places to go. They suck your soul out of your body and leave you completely dried and empty after go to one of such offices. Like, because I really hate feeling this type of purpose. It's just it's such a hassle. That was the first thing Soujuurou I learned after beginning his life in the city. 2 weeks had elapsed since he left the countryside, and imagine Soujuurou going through this after he escaped all the paper stuff for his entire life living in the mountains. I'm kinda surprised that it went so smooth for him. Because I doubt that he even had the proper passport there, like, or any other documents on him. As uneasy as living alone made him feel, he felt he could make it work. It was not as if the people here spoke another language, and Koga-san was absolutely right about how practical the rules of the city were. Soujuurou continued down the hard but surprisingly walkable path. That's some nice road there. Before work, he jogged in the park to pass the time. Even exercise like this offered lessons for Soujuurou to learn. And it's a really nice park. Like, I wish I had one in my place where I can just look at the trees and jog for all I want. Each passing person was a new face to look at. The old man who greeted him, the young worker with his eyes on the ground, and the girl on the bench surrounded by birds. They were all familiar sights to Soujuurou. Unaccustomed to the city, he labored to understand its rules. What's up with this monument? Is it only there because of the clock on top? Or what? Like, really, what's up with this structure? It looks strange. Either they were complex, simple, or completely meaningless. Like the structure I'm talking about. Aside from the clock. Compared to mountain life, usually dealt with nature. City life left one with way too many options. I could argue that such an environment was toxic for Soujuurou. His life was a scene of unsettling moments. But amongst it all, there were rules that he sincerely admired. For one, that the city revolved around various forms of profit and loss. The fact that one only needed money to get the bare essentials to survive the city was a comforting thought to Soujuurou. Oh, we finally getting to see the the guy he's working with. Hey, not everything that is simple.
金なんてものはあくまで記号で、本当に大事なのは別にあんだからさ。
It's the other stuff that really matters.
所詮は流動する肩たたき店と変わんねえっつが、別に1万円札食ってもうまくねえっつが。ともかく金で真心は買えねえじゃん。
It's not like the food you buy with 10,000 yen. People don't turn out about this. Why he just made me remember Tsukasa. Murasikai. I think they would love some massages from here because they are so dirty cheap. But it's a different place and a different game. So we have to be just content with some coupons and some mere massages. And it's not like the food you buy with 10,000 yen bill, which are out the burgers. This place likes to sell Kazatsuga Hamahata. Look, money can buy you happiness, you got me? I'm joking, of course, like. Maybe.
じゃねえよ、ざけんなよ。俺は悲しいよ。
Like, maybe it has a soul, but it doesn't have Tsukasa massages. Oh, the senior bay. Maybe. Maybe? Are you for real? Man, I can't believe you right now.
ついこの間まで4000ポッチの日当に鹿みたいに首かしげていた正直者が
One day you're happy to break you back, working a full day for easily 4,000 yen. Next to you, your elbow deep in the dirty dishes saying, it's all about the money. What's your major malfunction? Hey, my guy is still only a couple of days in the school. Give him some time and he's gonna own the business empire and take the city by the storm.
Yeah. No, I
think that the current system is kind of amazing. To be honest, I never realized how limited bartering can be. The current system.
それより木の実
Anyway,
ふざけてるとそれ落とすぞ
you're gonna drop that if you're uncareful.
えっておおやべやべ次割ったら今度こそ俺の頭が割られちまうからな
Oh damn, that was close. If I break any more, it will be my heart next time.
忠告サンキューそれで相談事
Thanks for the same, for the same.
もしかして金
So, what did you want to talk to me about? It's money, isn't it?
そうなんだ
Exactly.
とりあえず
I
お
learned
金
my
は
lesson
大
the
事で
hard way, but
たくさんあるに越した
now
こ
I
と
know
はないっ
that
て痛感した
it's better to have more money than
できれば
less.
もうちょっと働きたい
That's why I would like to work even more than I'm now. So he's gonna ask him for to recommend him to some other part-time job, isn't him?
うえマジマシンみたいに皿洗いをこなしながら夢のないこと言わないでほしいね
You always wash dishes like a machine.
世の中金じゃねえって言ったばっかりじゃんか
How money can buy you?
ハブじゃんかところで水冷たくないですかね
Can, but
冬場の皿洗いって割り合わねえことこの上ねえよ
Becca Etapa. What's the water so cold? Why the water is so cold? Say, you should probably get paid more for washing dishes in the winter, huh?
そりゃ冷たいけど
It's
こ
cold,
れぐら
right?
いは我慢しない
Nothing
と
I can handle.
山の水
Mountain
は
water
冷
is
たい
so
って
cold
いう
in
より
Paris.
痛かったし
My guy played the game on the hardest difficulty possible. For him now it's just getting more easy and easier as he adapts to the city life.
氷水と同じにすんな
I
や
didn't
せ
mean
じゃ
it, it was ice water you
しかし
hear.
あれだね
That makes you know
呆れた順能力
can be real annoying, you
忍耐
know
力
that.
つうのレジ打ちすらできなかった新人がよ
Someone
た
who couldn't
った
even work
4日でしみったれた
I
メ
guess
シア
I
が
just
社畜になっ
4
ちまうなん
days
て
ago.
やっぱ
You
世
sure
の
got
中
comfortable
金って
working
こ
for
と
the
か
man.
ね資本主義ってすげえ
Wait, is that the place name like the man? What the heck? I like how simple it sounds about like really the man. I guess money really is everything now. I wonder how even logo looks like. The power of capitalism ain't nothing to mess with, especially when you're working for the man. For the man.
うるせえぞバカバイト文句あんならやめちま
Shut
え
your pie holes, part-timers. The door's right there if you wanna create them.
うちにはごくつぶしにくれてや
I
る
don't have
小
the
遣
cash
い
to
はね
listen to the beats. And we have some hardcore boss as well. The complaints on the chopsticks, really them. Yo, he's throwing the chopsticks at them. Dang, that's pretty rough. Really them like a storm. This mess of a Chinese restaurant manager was a stubborn man who was willing to let minors work for him and didn't shy from violence. Even it was directed to the son of a lone friend. Soujuurou felt that this is what Sparta must have been like. I hope you're not gonna get a kick that is gonna send us in the pit.
ほら怒られた任されたことはきちんとやらないと
Look, he's angry. Need to work harder.
け優等生めこっちは何かと反抗したい年頃だっつもん
Whoa. You're not yet boundary yet. Me, I'm trying to make the most of my teens.
まあいいや話は変わるんだけどよ
Right. Been meaning to ask.
しずき夜に出
Are
歩
you the
くタ
type
イ
that
プ
likes to go
それが
out?
チャリンコで出張
On
る
the
し
late nights
いやまあ
also?
どっちかでいいんだけ
More
ど
for bicycle kind of a guy? Not that it really matters, but I mean it could be the same type of a guy. Like, I don't see any contradiction between those two.
バイトの帰りはほとん
It's
ど
always
夜
late
にな
when
る
I
け
go
ど
home after the
そ
lesson,
ういう
but
話じゃないん
that's
だ
not
よ
what you're
な
asking. Is
夜の
it
散歩も遠出も趣味じゃない
really
け
into
ど
walking when it's
それが
late out? Why do you ask? Is there some stuff going on in the city? Like, some really shady stuff? A killing spree, perhaps?
いや何さしずき引っ越してきたばかりだって言うからよ俺らが言うのもなんだけどうちちょい治安が悪いっての
No, he isn't.
柄が
Like you just
悪いわ
moved
けじゃねえ
here.
んだけどな
Never mind. Get a bit question, but don't you think the town is dangerous? Not like people are bad or nothing.
年間10人くらい
But I
通
mean,
り魔
don't
事
we
件って
get
の
that
は
in attacks
そうい
like
うの起きてっから
how to slash a flick every year, right? And since the started there is
通り魔ってなん
what
だ
is a slash?
そっからかよ
You don't know how he's supposed to know.
なんだほら
It's like
カバン
when a
強
thief
盗
snatches
でもない
someone's
か
purse. No, that's just a thief. No, bad example.
辻切りっての
Not
が
like
近
someone
いの
is
か
killing to see if they can
住宅街と
get
か
away with
まだ
it.
森が残ってる方に
Why
よ
should
く
the
出や
people
がる
in
ん
the
だよ
woods near the
そういうお
suburbs
かしいのが
real gnarly?
なんで、あんまり夜遅くは出歩くなよな。Misaki岡の公園と
That's
か
why I
有
shouldn't
名
go
な回帰
out
スポット
too
だから。
late. The park in Misaki. The park in Misaki Hills is a hot spot for the weird stuff.
通り魔の犯人は口裂け女だったって話知らねえか？
Haven't you heard about how they think the freak nudity is some chick with a slight mouth? This shit sounds like something out of a horror movie. Maybe my guy watched too much of the horror movies. Or the people who spread the rumor. Like, no way it's some chick with a slight mouth.
ごめん。まずその口
No,
裂け
but
女っての
this
が
is the
わ
first
からない。
time I have heard of a sliced mouth woman.
階段だよ。口が耳まで裂けてるっ
Like
て
I
やつ。
said, slasher
今じゃさすがに時代遅れだけどよ。
they say her mouth extends all the way to here. It's a pretty old school kind of urban legend these days.
なんだっけ？
How
深
did
夜
it
の
go
道に
again?
な、コ
There's
ー
a
ト
woman
姿
in a
の
coat
女が
was,
待ち伏せていて、
am I
私、
beautiful?
綺麗とか聞いてくるんだ
In the
よ。
dead of a night. But I have a feeling that we're gonna stumble. I mean, bump into Arius after this.
で、綺麗って言っても、いまいちって言っても家まで追っかけられて殺
If
され
you
るの。
say she is, she will follow you home and kill you. We're totally gonna stumble upon Arius. And she's gonna follow us.
女の少年はおっかねえっ
Intense
つうか、
chicks
アメ
like
コミの
that,
怪人っ
no,
ぽいっつう
no.
か。
It's like something you would see in an American comic book.
いや、それ本気で怖くな
That
いか？
sounds really scary.
家まで上がってくるのかその女の人。
That should actually follow you home.
窓から入ってく
They
るら
say
しい
she
ぜ。
goes in the
ガサ
hallway
ガサとこう
window.
ゴキブリみたいに。
Freezes her way in like a cockroach. Ah!
のクソガキが厨房でその4文字は禁止だってんだ
I
ろ
told you not to utter that
殺す
word in
ぞ
this kitchen. I'm gonna kill you. You little tart. The back of Kinami's hat exploded in the pain with the impact of his boss frying pan. Whoa. That's a heavy artillery. The boss got there. Soujuurou was reminded of just how dangerous the stand could be.
殺すってバカじ
I'm
ゃねえ
gonna
の？
kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, I'd like to see him try.
普通そっちの方が禁止用
What
語
kind
じゃ
of
ねえの？
boss says
ここ
that
レストランなん
anyway?
だしさ。い
So
や、
yes,
あんまう
sometimes
まくねえけど。
Maybe he cooks the people during the night. That's where we're getting meat from. Well, maybe calling it that is too much.
木の実、頭大丈夫か？
Is your hat okay, Kinami?
ああ、心配無用。俺なんだか
Ah?
頑丈さには
Ah,
定
it's
評がある
nothing.
から。
People tell me I'm
特に
real
頭部について。
tough, especially my hat.
ともかく、
Anyway,
そういうわけなんで
avoid the
夜
dark,
の暗が
okay?
りは気をつけるぞ
It
なも
looks
し
like。
しずき、
a sit in
見る
dark.
からにかもそうな顔してるし。
ありがとう。
Thanks,
ところで、
by the way.
年間10
It's
人
in
という
Victim's
の
Prayer
は
a
多い
lot.
方なのか？
知んねえよ。
Don't know.
少なくはない
It
だろう
probably
け
isn't
ど、
a lot,
多い
but
方で
not
も
that
ないん
I
じゃない
interview
か。
either.
ま、うちの通り魔事件が他に比べて厄介なのは、
It is
まだ
scary
犯
shit
人
is
が
that
見つか
they're
って
still
ないっ
out
てこと
there.
だからね。
So why since they haven't been caught? Fill out cheerfully. I hope this dude is not gonna die. Like. In the near future, cause he's giving off the kind of vibe to me. Jim is probably trying to take the edge of his story, but the noble intention of his love was completely lost on Soujuurou. Suddenly Warden was equally futile. Soujuurou was simply impressed that Kilme was able to laugh it off. On the way home, nobody had her behind. Soujuurou proceeded, proceeded through the dimly lit street when suddenly he turned to face an improbable sound. Ouch. That's not ice, so it's something stopped with water. Something stopped him in the heart and fell to the floor. He frowned. A small bird had apparently flown to the telephone pole before landing on his head. The siren cleaned itself off and flew away. The falling of the bird and its desperate escape to death was unlike anything he had experienced in his life up to now. Most of the townsfolk would have foreseen the incident as unlucky, ominous or even sinister, but Soujuurou had just nodded and went about his business. You must understand. What might have happened might have been a first for him was surely an everyday occurrence for this city folk. And let's go to the second part of the extra chapter. I'm home. Are you sorry here yet? I got some stuff from the arcade while on the way home from the church. Is there ice crackers? You wanna share some? He voice reverted through the foyer, tied in the colors of the setting sun. It was after 5 in the afternoon when Aoko, still in her school uniform, cheerfully returned home. She had finished her student council duties and attended her monthly meeting with the church. I'm kinda surprised that she's going to the church. That's like the last place where I would imagine Aoko to be.
おかえりなさい。
Welcome back.
その様子なら何事もなく終わったみたいね。
I see that the meeting went as planned. Now I can picture her just daring menacingly at everyone who is picking their prayers in the church. Like, she might be the real pastor all along. Like, the voice was coming from the second floor. In contrast with Aoko and her boundless energy, I see a calmer girl descended from above.
難癖はつけられたけど滞りなく。
There were some complaints, but all in all, it went well.
うちの問題はうちの問題だから、今回も手は出さないって方向でまとまったわ。
So I decided not to get
それでいい
them
のよね、
involved.
アリス。
You okay with that, Arisu?
ええ。猫の手なら借りたいけど、あの人たちの手は信用ならないし。
Oh, wait.
いつも通り、後処理だけお願いしましょう。
I just realized that she's not going, she's not attending the church in that kind of sense. They're probably talking about the overseers from the church. Like with Kirai in the fate. Yes, I would ask for their help in a pinch, but they can be trusted. We will call on them to clean up the mess as usual.
賛成。後ろからバッサリやられかねないしね。だいたい、私はあんたも背中を気にして没頭できるからじゃないし。
We can fully commit to this if we write about what's going on elsewhere.
私はできるけど。
Well, I can, but
Aoko は単に
don't
ま
have
だ
the
それ
time
ほ
for
ど
that.
の余裕がないだけで
Do
しょ。
you? Okay.
うん。
Hmm. Tap tap. Is the graceful sounds of your steps also interested if I am. As she did, Aoka's eyes were directed toward the skylight above.
ガラス、曇ってるわね。
The glass is kind of majority.
そのことで話があるわ。今日の課題が終わったら
I
だけ
wanted
ど。
to discuss that after today's business is concluded, that is...
アオコ、体の調子は
Are you feeling okay, Aoka?
疲れているなら
You
休
can
みを
rest
入
if
れ
you
てもい
not.
いけど。何よ、気味悪いな。
Huh?
気遣いされることなんてないってば。
Don't be
い
such a nag.
つも通りの一
I'm
日だ
not
ったし。
stressed or anything.
そ
Today
んな
was
疲れた
pretty
顔してる
normal.
私。
Do I look that tired? As the school activities went, days were brief. Yo, that's kind of refreshing to see Aoko looking looking kind of satisfied there. At a glance, her school life might have seemed almost idyllic. Though the more she thought about it, some headache-inducing incidents might have stood out here and there. And with some sincere introspection, Aoko might have recognized the signs of her own mental fatigue. By doing so, but have further added to her stress.
ストップ。なんで帰ってきてまであんなののことで疲れなくちゃいけないんだ、私。
I like how Soujuurou is just looking in brief and stress for Aoko. It's just by existing. Okay, enough about that. I didn't come home just to stress out over school.
今日の課題って初歩のウィッシュでしょ？
What will we be learning about today? Miss Maya's basics, right? Wish.
問題ないわ。すぐ始めましょう。今日はなんか勢いでうまくいきそうな気もするし。
Then let's get started. I feel like I could master anything today.
「どうしたのよ？アリスの部屋でやるんじゃないの？」それで伊勢屋のせんべいって今日の？
Wait, aren't you coming? I thought we were going to do it in your room, so. The family dressed, so nodded in slight dissatisfaction. Are we going to eat this Zara's crackers today, or... She looked at the freshly baked treats Aoko was holding. In the end, the lesson took place after Arisa had her cup of tea. For an apprentice like Aoko, Arisa Kuonji was the kind of roommate and teacher that was hard to come by. If she insisted that Aoko asked to preserve her health, Aoko had no choice but to comply. The lesson was over after 2 hours, so the two finished the dinner they had prepared and decided on a change of a venue for where they would spend the last hours of the day. I thought we were gonna see the lesson itself, but well. At least we have some nice music there. The Sunroom was next to the drawing room, in the east. Think of the essence and the pretty iconic one. And for the view of the beautiful grounds. The proud Kuonji estate's luxurious sunroom featured the furnishings on pubs, lucid splendid drawing room. This place looks really luxurious, like I would give that. Meanwhile,
来年の夏はジャングルね。
it's going to be jungle come next year's summer. The grounds outside had fallen into disrepair, neglected by the owner. Someone needs to hire one single careman that would willingly provide his services to cut all the grass and get rid of the trees.
ねえアリス、庭掃除専用のプロイとかいないの？
Don't you have any landscaping place lying around, I assume? Aoko took a step into the sunroom and poured some tea.
探せばいるかもしれないけど、
I'm sure I could
少
find
し手
one,
間
but
ね。
it would take some effort. When along with her roommate's joke, I assumed to sit in her chair. Just as she caught sight of the box of chocolates on the table. Ah, so it was a chocolate. I thought it's some balls and they might play some interesting game with them. But it's a chocolate. Your eyes narrowed in the front.
何よ。
Don't be
言っ
like
とく
that.
けど、今日の失敗は
Today's
半分
up was
アリスのせいよ。
not your fault, you know.
おせんべいで気が緩んだのが敗因っていう
Maybe the
か。
icebreakers are
そりゃウィッシュのつもりがガンドになっちゃったのは
Or maybe it
我
was
ながら
maybe
攻
into
撃的すぎ
aggressive.
ると思うけど
They turned division to a gander, but still, what is division? What is a gander?
6個。
We are down 6 pieces. Is Aoko a glutton? Like,
なんだそっちのことか。
yeah? Wait, my girl gotta be a glutton. Like, wait, that's what you're upset about? Or she really has some sweet stuff on her. Ako's eyes stared intently at the box of chocolates. You could search the world and never find a finer selection of chocolates. The band was suspense songs, apparently.
で、鏡の話をするんだっけ？
So what was it about the mirror you wanted to talk about?
あれ、今洋館モードから岬モードになってるんで
It's
し
still
ょ？
in the Misaki mode, right? Not the mansion mode.
ええ、
Yes.
ここの
The
管理は
mansion
お
can
ざな
take
りに
care
な
of
るけど、
itself for the time
三
being.
崎市だけに切り
So
替
it
え
changed
た。
its Misaki to Misaki City.
それが昨日から曇り
It
出
has
して
been cloudy there since yesterday.
少しずつだけど、
Oh, no.
確実に
For
包囲
sure
され
that
てるわね。
with each passing day, the forces are right insides grow.
包囲って数が増えたってこと？
You mean that there is more of those things? Are there some beasts lurking at the city or what?
捕捉していた1名はもちろん、他にもう2名ほど不
This
審
the
者を
one
目
who
撃済み、
was captured and have witnessed
都市部
to
に
other
1
suspicious types.
郊外の森に2名。
Or perhaps some degenerate mages. One in the city and one in the woods outside of a town.
はあ、
Uh-huh.
あんたの目撃
Is
談
it too
は当
much
て
to
になる
ask?
からな。
But you could be wrong. Just this once.
で、うるさいのは
Which
ど
one
っ
is
ち？
causing the biggest circus?
森の方、
The one in the woods.
補足中だけ
I'm
ど
getting close to
こっちの目
capturing
に
it,
気づいているみたい。なかなか誘いに乗ってこ
but
ない
it knows it has been watched. It's not taking the bait.
そっか。
No, but it's been watched. I see.
じゃあ今夜仕
You
掛
wanna
け
go
る。
after it tonight? We'll go after it tonight. One simple suggestion that would change the course of your life forever. It was no overstatement that to say that this was a roll for the dice that would decide either she had the moxie to survive the experience of jumping out of a plane with a torn parachute. Aoko swallowed her hesitation and there was a little tear. The tear of courage. On the school's anniversary night, she declared that she had made up her mind, and from that time on, she would not waver. I used to welcome her roommate's strength with the best hint of regret. As someone who shared the same motivation as her, I was ultimately reassured by Ako's resolve. Well, perhaps more pleased than reassured. All in all, it had taken the better part of a year, but finally Aoko had stepped out of Aizu's shadow. The two partners now shared the same fate. Aoko was was not the partner Aizu had asked for, but a partner nonetheless. Strangers worlds apart. And even if eventually they would battle each other to the death, using all they had inherited, it was only right that they did it on the equal terms. But why they have to battle each other to the death? Are we gonna fight over some guy like like in the Fate of What? It was at least for now a cause of celebration over how far Aoko had come.
せっかくだけど今夜は私一人で十分よ。
Generous, but I'll be fine on my own tonight.
そんな余裕があるの
The
な
time
ら
would be better
あ
spent
なたはもう少
practicing
し暗示の練習をする
mesmerize
べ
a
き
little
ね。
more.
公演はあなたの
The park is under
担当だ
jurisdiction.
からその時は働いてもらうけど
So I'll put you to work when the time comes. But I guess that's where from the rumor comes from. About the slashers and so on. The best probably at the course. I also didn't so much as look at Aoko as she explained her reasons. The scale of the enemy she would have faced that night. Her plans for Aoko. When only 2 days from now, Aoko Kawasaki would be reborn.
はいはい、わかりました。
That sounds kind of ominous. What do you mean reborn? Like, is Aoko gonna get killed or what? I hope she won't. Fine, whatever you say. Aoko finished her tea and stood up from her seat.
お言葉通り、暗示の練習でも
I
やって
guess
る
I'm
わ。
practicing then.
一節目は確か、
Um,
軽く弱く
How did the
うま
first
く
part go
早く
again?
チク
Be
タ
light
ク
and
チクタ
frail,
ク急げ
nimble
や
and
急
fast.
げよね。
TikTok, TikTok. There is no time to waste. That's right. Is it some speed boosting spell? Or lightning spell? No, it's probably not lightning spell. It's there got to be a speed boosting one like I thought, or perhaps the one related to the time, like maybe. It is TikTok part makes me think of it.
そこ
I know.
は
You mentioned the
軽く
quiet
弱
part.
くうまく早く
Remember.
急げや急げチクタクチクタクよ
The weight of the air, temple funds breath. It lags behind while shadows apple ahead.
気をつけなさい。
Be careful.
それだと
You
逆
might
に
find
落ち着か
yourself
な
in
く
a
な
state
る
of unease.
そうだったそうだった。じ
Yeah,
ゃ、
yeah, yeah.
一つ失礼。
I remember now. Now if you will excuse me. Aoko grabbed a piece of a chocolate and popped it into her mouth. She waved before leaving Iris alone in the silence. Iris stiffened a moment before slamming the box of a chocolate shut as if it could serve to scold Aoko for snacking. That's a pretty fancy box there. And that's how the volume 2 of Dexter chapter went. So let's go to the third one. Whoa, that's some beautiful moon there. It's such an awesome shot. I love it. What is going on? What? What is this? Good morning. I'll be getting into some mecha stuff. Like what? Good morning.
午前0時を確認しました。
Hello? Time check. 12 a.m. Like,
前回更新より24時間経過。
24 hours since last update. Other beasts are gonna be some mecha shit like. Damn, that's scary but in a different way. And kind of funny nonetheless.
バックアップ、
I need back up. That's written
レ
lock.
コード、送信。
Yo, they even have locks. Like, come on.
周囲の地形をスキャン
Yeah,
し
mention local scan.
大気成分、
Ion
窒素
atmospheric
異常なし、
analysis.
酸素異常なし、
Nitrogen nominal.
アルゴン
Oxygen
異常
nominal.
なし、
Argon
二
nominal.
酸化炭素異
Carbon
常なし、
dioxide nominal.
第5仮説要素、
Fifth theoretical factor.
異常、異
Multiple
常
anomalies are detected.
あり。周囲の時空
Local
連続
space-time
回帰
discrepancy
確認
detected.
第一種危険物との遭遇と断定。
Conclusion. Contact are class 1 threat.
視覚領域を
Shifting
主観
perception
から
range
客
from
観に変
subjective
更
to objective.
自律回路を
Shifting
予備電
autonomous
源
circuit to
計
preserve
測回路
power.
を主
Shifting
電源
diagnostic
に
circuit
変
to
更
main power.
カメラを
Shifting
赤
view
外
mode.
線計測から虚数線計
Air
測に変更
Filter unactive. Eye filter active.
では
Now it begins.
これより戦闘行為の記
Initiating
述を
combat
開始
log.
します主よ
Oh,
どうか
master.
我が身を守りたまえ
Preserve me from a harm. I'm getting scared for this guy. But jokes aside, that wasn't something I expect going into Mahoyo. Not mechas, that's for certain. Misaki City was a thickly wooded area. Open development continued unabated, but Mother Nature still drew breaths in its outskirts. Lysol trees had been turned to lumber. The leaves had begun to turn to mulch. Into the birds curiously tilted their heads had moved on. The verdure lived on, a testament to its enduring strength. until the time came that the delivering light of a civilization became powerful enough to encroach upon the nature's mysterious domain. I wonder if the beasts actually protecting the nature. Even if there are some mechanical beasts. This woods were an exception. The line border between Misaki City and Misaki Hills had been left untouched. The driven from their nests and dens here, wildfire continue to subsist even today, not being able to return to the days before Manor. This was just like any other forest situated next to a town. Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. They had arrived in the woods. The chill cat, like a razor. The icy ass of Wicked could reach one's opponents. Exposed cheeks stiffened and the beeps of a breath formed swirls in the air before disappearing. It was 1 degree above freezing. The cold snap penetrated every nook and cranny of the woods, from the ground to the trees to the wildfire. The cow jumped over the moon. Why? Now it reminds me of Muramasa all of a sudden. Like, the mechs, I mean the beasts. Some girl singing the song. With the song being also all over the place. I wonder what's all of this about. The cow jumped over the moon, the little dog laughed. But at least the song is not as creepy as the one that they had in the Muramasa. The forest allowed nobody enter here during the day. During the winter, it lulled the animals to slumber. The still evening air felt like the stagnant breath of the lingering dead. The forest consumed the moonlight, obscuring the sight of even the closest of the precipice, and lost in the untimely doom of being so unfortunate enough to become lost within. The only noises to be heard were the whisperings of the wind and the murmurings of the stream. The mortal darkness stifled any sense of life. It kinda sounds peaceful, but a bit in an ominous way. With all this walk around. Not the breath of an animal, much less that of a person was thrown in this place. However, a figure in the black, not of this place, skulked within. It cast the teeniest frailest of silhouettes, like a small boat lost in the sea of fog. Its trepidatious footsteps echoed through the woods. Oh, that's nice. They exiting the wells of the trees was unmistakably likeness of a young girl. To see such craft and the addition away with the spawn. You should cast in some spell with this song. Someone is here. Someone is here. There they are. There they are. Who can they be? Who can they be? Someone and someone. Who the hell are you? Are you hungry? I'm starving. Which one should we eat? Sit them both. You take the left. You take the right. You must welcome them. We must entertain them.
何しろようやく
After all,
正
we
しいお
don't
客
often have a guest.
ついでにお腹と頸骨も。
せっかくだからよく噛まないと。
I guess we have some nice welcoming party now. Valvet, это самый контент для тебя. It's not often we get to show the fight. Where is the fight? Like, yeah, where do you see any fight at on my girl down? Like, the shadows in the trees laughed ominously. A hallucination, an illusion, or perhaps something real? The shadows are collecting the time to the girl's space.
さあさあさあさあ。
Come,
もっと
come,
奥へ。
deeper and deeper.
ところでダイスは財布済み
Remember to rig the dice.
お腹の重いローデット。
Loaded in ice they have.
端っこかじったエッジ
Nibbled
ワー
around
ク
the edges they be.
どうでもいいけど、
Just
肝心
remember,
要
they're
の
all
僕
that
の目だけ
vital.
は出さ
That
ないよ
vital
うに。
six. The girl knitted her eyebrows. She heard voices and felt the presence of things that should not be. Scary enough for fighting this particular girl. As if her tightly pursed lips betrayed not a hint of fear. Dear, what of your own violation? If she had truly felt fear, this would be frozen. Deep within the trees, she was perfectly aware of the two humanoid figures stalking her through the still night air.
見たぞ見たぞ。
I saw them. I saw them.
来るぞ来るぞ。
They're coming. They're coming.
もう諦めろ。
Give up.
もう帰れない。
There's no going back.
あんなに教えてあげたのに。
We warned you.
よそに消えないお前が悪い。
It's your fault for staying. The girl halted her steps. The racket from the accompanying voices died in its turn. The bubbling brook suddenly sounded like a cracking fire. And then... oh, that's the smile. They're really friendly to us, like it's they have a party there. It's the welcoming host. I got the show stream, something I played that should not exist in this city. Much less at this words.
こんばんは。
Good
話の
evening.
わかる人
I
は
don't suppose I could speak to your master. You addressed them calmly. This man with the Glasgow greens kept it over you like two slugs.
そう。
I see.
ただの墓
Simple
場
graveyard words.
監視だけが
Sent
仕
to the
事なので
lookouts.
失敗したわ。
My mistake.
これなら青子に任せればよかった。
I should have entrusted this to Aoko.
ああ、
However,
ああ。けど、
the one green man stood still. The other, shaking violently, as if unable to contain himself any longer, turned toward the girl.
青子にはまだ荷が重いわね。
Aoko still has a lot of on her plate.
そんな姿だけど、
Although you're far from
あ
the
な
look
たたちは一
apart,
人前の魔術師のようだし。
on the level for full-fledged mage. Your black outfit's here. What is this? In her right hand, she held a Betrayer's cat dark into the deepest night. It's a cat? Like, what? Is she gonna summon her family? Like, the two Glasgow man let out a yelp of caution in incoherent fear. It was at this moment that they finally bared the intent and emotion.
さようなら、お客様。
Farewell, my guests.
きっと一瞬だろうから。
Since
お
this
別れ
will
だけ言っ
take
ておくわ。
but a moment, I offer only a goodbye. Too shuddered at her words. They had no mouths, no ears, or brains to begin with. For creatures like this, was very redundant. All that existed was the present. For the soulless creatures, fears and hopes were nothing more than an unimaginable future. Then what could be this feeling of foreboding they felt? It's potentially a miracle that I would rip them to the pieces not moments from now.
さ
Come
あ
then,
ごっこ遊びをしましょう
puppets, let us
お人形さん
play make-believe. Let's fight begin. The song sounded like a bell echoing through the white woods. Eagle's voice vanquished the frost that had gripped the days. Then,
いやいやずいぶん待たされた
that's not the that's not the cats. Come on, don't keep us waiting.
さあ赤ずきんの
Come
登場
on. It's time for Little Red Riding Hood. The girls opened on a diddle. The banquet for the night. In confusion, one slit mouth man swooped over the girl. In the fear, the other fled into the woods behind him. In fear of what? It's a machine, like. Where the fear comes from. The deformed humanoid darted for us, kicking up water as it ashed the girl. Shorty knew that that was what this thing was. The alien figure had scissors for hands and a demon's heart. It was a wretch who kidnapped the children, mercilessly rendering them into pieces.
トゥイードル
Tweedle
お任せお任せ
leave it to us.
ようやく出番だあらよっ
It's finally our turn. Ah! It was them who were talking. Back in the forest, not these two machines. Damn, this stuff is pretty fast. The piglets, they're piglets, I thought they're the cows. The piglets bounded and rebounded like a paddle balls. The stuffed animals, 1 3 feet in length, jumped and weaved their way between the trees. Even the strange creatures before him, the green man didn't so much as a blink. Because he is a robot. He has his arms, but what emerged from his heart sleeves were not the human appendages I would expect. In their place, finished cleavers more than a foot and a half in length. Those appendages had torn so much of their prey to a piece sliced cleanly through the flying pig's skulls. His limbs froze in place. The pig's bodies were sliced perfectly in half. In the end, dissected from head to tail, the pig's innards became as alligator jaws and clamped down upon the green man's arms. From fingertips to shoulders, it was solid of all. It was all it took to wrap the months of control over his entire body. Another shiver of fear. This were no mere pig familiars. Immediately he realized that these were separate monsters disguised as mere pigs.
捕まえたのはダムでした
I got him.
捕まえたのはギー
No,
だってば
I got him.
でも残念。ご主人
Oh,
様は無
but
口
the
で無
Batmaster
情で
has
無
no
関
words.
心。
No emotional interests.
結局どっちの手
In
柄
the end,
も
it doesn't really matter who did it.
London Bridge is broken down.
London Bridge is broken down. Broken down. Broken down. Yeah, impossible. This person's murmured 3 times. Not possible. Not possible. Not possible. Looking picks were one thing. Having one's arms chopped off was in the realm of occupational hazard. In an instant, the boat was enveloped in a dense wave of magical energy. The accent was still impressive. None of these facts were particularly extraordinary. The stray familiars, the bizarre attacks, the sheer innate magical energy to overwhelm others. Had experience with all these things. His employee was skilled enough to achieve all of this as well. However,
どうするどうする。
What
いつまで
now?
放置？
what now? How long should we hold him like this?
手足一本まばたきだって贅沢だ。
In the blink of an eye is Talona. Let's take him an arm.
お支払いは面倒でもでき
I will
れ
give you
ば
a
ポ
good
ンド
price
でお
if you
願い
pay
します。
in the pounds. What were they? Not vessels. Not living creatures. Not beings powered by magical circuits. Although only his arms had been beaten, none of his body would move. It was nothing like being bound or weakened. It felt more like he had become worse than in the book. Better to keep to the page. As the alien figure deformities indicated, he had overcome numerous curiosities and monstrosities, illusions, enthrallment, compulsions, patience, petrifactions, even petrifications, a power granted to only the pinnacle of Misaki. Whoa. These things sound pretty powerful to me if they got through the mystical eyes users. It still made it alive to this day. Just how strong eyes are got to be to get rid of them just like this. From poisons to Witchcraft, it visited a great deal, but this was something different altogether. The penalty that bound him now was based on different principles from blood, flesh, oxygen, or heat. This was only saying that followed no rules he knew. Indeed, that was terrifying to admit. It was as if he had encountered something alien to everything in this world.
London Bridge is broken down, broken down.
London Bridge is broken down, broken
London
down,
Bridge is broken down,
broken
my
down.
fair lady.
London Bridge is breaking down, my fair lady. Yeah. Price sunk into his left and right shoulders. For the first time in this form, he felt rage is up inside him. The basis of things had to be absolute. All mystics, all things bizarre, about some set of laws. But this Pix ignored this. Always his dignity.
さあ3日で衰弱。
After 3 days you're vegan.
6日で歴史
After 6 you draw.
半年経てば惨めな
After
骸
half of a
骨。
year, you'd be rich to skeleton.
でもご無礼
Sorry to be rude. We will just kill you now. Sure. Hala. He had no voice, let out an exasperated scream. Huh? Huh?
なんて便利。
What a convenient fashion to be able to dash your arms.
お前こそ三国一のものの不要
What on a pilot wire? Like. The talkative pigs fell into the stream. That exasperated scream was the sound of the figure tearing his arms from their sockets. I like how dynamic this CGI looks here. Like you can feel him running through the screen. Like it's awesome, man. I'm just crushed the girl.
役立たず。
Useless
あと
swine.
周期が必要ね。
I'll see you to be punished later. I mean, what they could do with the guy who's can detach his arms. It's not the piglet's fault. He may have lost his mangled arms, but not the object of his malice. Wow. I was talking about the previous CGI, but this one is it's another level completely. This one here is really awesome. Misaki depresses the heart of its victim. A magic circuit designed to stop a beating heart. It was beautiful in its simplicity. At point blank range, it was the equivalent of an unavoidable shotgun blast. But tragically, that eye was all he had.
Build it up with wood and clay.
Build it up with wood and clay. Wooden clay.
Build it up with wood and clay. My fair lady.
Build it up with wooden clay. My fair lady, like. What on earth is that? Is it a golem? He felt realized that his song had changed. With the giant, the earth-shattering strike was akin to the act of shooing away the insect. Its verdant veins pulsed. Oaken bark covered its body, and sufficiently over the centuries to repel even a chainsaw. On its forehead, inscribed on all many of the colors, was the word MF. Enough judging from its misspelling, the inscription was purely decorative. Time's roll. The thousand went by moniker falling down. Alternatively, the Great Bridge. So that was the Great Bridge she was singing about. Damn, the thing is huge, like. I met in different forms, it was the first of 4 miracles.
テムズ、もう一体を。
Thanks, please take care for the other one. The giant responded to the girl's words. His roots went deep into the earth, thrust its left arm into the heavens without moving a step. Bye bye. I'll see you in the forest. The green figure had chosen to flee the battle, was running through the night forest at full speed. A court provided a detailed description of the enemy. These were the orders assigned to him. But what could you possibly do with the giant after you? He poured all of his energy into escaping this forest with which he had become so familiar. In case of emergency, the plan was one to challenge the enemy while the other made a tactical retreat in order to report to their master. He dashed through the forest. Though gripped by a fear, he was more confident in his ability to perform a mission he was designed for. Nothing could catch him in this woods. Dasari also has something else in the store for him, besides the piglets and the giant one. That's him. Even the wolves could not attack him. His bird-like legs thumped as they kicked the ground. Perhaps it was his creator's eccentric tastes that dictated their form when optimizing them for onion. The green man could reach a maximum speed of 45 miles per hour. Oh, that's a fast tag. Holy crap. That's a lot. Well past the limit of any bipedal creature. After securing a distance of several miles, turn around to confirm his safety. There was no sign of a pursuit. His Christian-shaped mouth, nay eye, flagged in relief. And then, hello there. What is this? After facing forward one more, he looked up to look eyes with his dome.
London Bridge is broken down, broken down, broken down.
London Bridge is broken down, broken down, broken down. That's not the giant. In the distance you could hear the dark chimes of other girls. Countless vines extended from the ground. They formed a monstrosity that conjured up images of an arced bridge, that resembling a giant arm.
London Bridge is broken down, my fair lady.
London Bridge is breaking down, my fair lady. Final report. Yes, good. Survival unable to complete. Analysis unable to complete. I'm pretty sure I heard this voice actor before in Nier Automata. Like, it's just uncanny how the voice sounds so similar to one of the drones there. Also, hi there, whoever joined me on the stream. Ending session. Oh, Master, preserve me from. I know it's supposed to be the game about the witches and the magic, but we're getting some mecha stuff there. And really beautiful shots as well. I think we're about done here. Well done, teams. You can return now. Hopefully our next encounter will be more worth our time. The girl turned on her heel. The invaders had set up a shop and the bots were eliminated. She had no interest in whether they had been good or evil, nor how many victims they had claimed. The shackles of civic society held no sway over her. This was the way for pure blood at which the way for a monster.
僕たちは
Hey,
僕たち
what
は
about us? That's the punishment. The abandonment. What about us?
この腕抜けないんだけ
Help me get this arm out of my teeth.
噛んだままだと僕らも動けないっていう
Really
か
shouldn't move
さ
while we eating.
ひどい飛べない豚に用はないと
Don't tell us you don't need pigs that can fly.
次はお役に立ちますきっと生まれてこの方失敗続きの僕らだけど
We'll do a better job next time. They were nothing but screw-ups.
壊れるまでに一度くらいは褒められたいね
Yeah, you lost at least one compliment before the end. You let out a sigh. You stepped into the stream. She removed her gloves and dipped her slender fingers into the ice water.
6の目は出すなって言うけど
I tell you not to roll sixes.
6の目しか出ないようになってるわよね
But I suppose it's the only number you can roll. There was no response to her and call it on. In place of the ones Boister speaks, with two black dice, now sitting in the palm of your hand. As the girl was about to say something to the scattered remains around her, she realized something that made her put her hand to her mouth.
お別れは済ませていたわね
The farewell is over.
目ぐらいは聞いておくべきだったかしら
It's you're afraid it's too late. Should I have asked them if they had any last words? But that was some good reception there. To fancy guests. Suddenly pale fingers trace your lips, as if reluctant to part from them. Sighing again, she calmly left the dark woods the same way she had entered. And that marks the end of the volume 3 of the extra chapters. The only one we have left is the volume 4. So let's get to it. Also, it's kind of funny that we get in full-blown fight in the extra chapter from all of the things and not in the main one. Imagine for some reason skipping the extra chapter and not seeing this one. Let us rewind to a moment in the recent past. This scene took place on a Saturday morning in early December. As a third period over just before lunch, the only activity that remained before the scholastic day, and that was homeroom. The for class year students, Soujuurou, Shizuki, and Hosuke Kinomi, were standing outside on the balcony overlooking the schoolyard. They were stuck waiting for their homeroom teacher, Kazuki Mashuya-sensei, and couldn't leave until he arrived. Oh, so Mashuya-sensei is his homeroom teacher, huh? I thought he is homeroom teacher of Aoko's class, like not of Soujuurou's. The rest of their classmates were chatting idly in the classroom. Kakasei Tobimaru Tsukiji was killing time alongside them. The listless trio discussed the weekend plans as they leaned on the veranda railing.
木の実はベアでアルバイトか
You're working at the beer this weekend, Kinami.
バカ
The
誰
hell
が
I
日
am,
曜まで
man.
働くかったよな
Who the hell was Satila-Sante? Soujuurou does.
明日はほら
I'm going out
リーグ
tomorrow
の
with
子
some
たちと
chicks from
遊び
Class
に
B.
行
This
く
is
予
supposed
定
to
だ
the
ったんだ
plan,
けど
huh?
ねなんかうちか
They
ら出
said
ら
they
れない
grounded
ね
or something, huh?
それはつまりまた振られたのか
So in other words, you fell it again, huh?
うわ直撃言いづらいことをまっすぐ言う
Jeez,
よねしずき
he
くんって
came on
ば
when he's down much, Shizuki. The guy is savage. And what makes it really savage is that he's completely oblivious about it.
そりゃ毎日てめえのバカ面見てればひよこだって振ら
I
れ
mean,
る
the
って
most
言
I had
葉
a
を
chicks
覚える
no
だろう
better
が
than to accept an
自滅
advice
する
from
のは
your
勝
dumb
手だけど
past.
なくれぐれもその字に変な遊び教えんなよ
You shouldn't burn all you like, but don't like Sonoji into the Fallout, will you? That's some cool nickname there, like.
はあ
Well,
そりゃ
excuse
殿
me,
下の方
Your
じゃないの
Majesty. I want to talk.
気ぃつけろよしずき築地は
Go
マジ
to
で
the
腹
device,
黒いからよ
Shizuki. Tsukichi's heart is as black as they come.
こいつの頭の中はほら
In his mind,
あれ
he's like,
ゴ
you
ミ捨て場の
know,
張り紙
these labels you
あ
used
ん
to
な感じ
separate
だ
the
から
Asha,
くっきり
did you use
使え
them
る
to
もん
label
と
people?
使えないもん分けてんだ
Is
よ
it useful to him or you aren't?
ああそれは知ってる
Yeah, I figured that out.
ところで唐突に思ったんだ
Speaking
が
of which,
飛び
I
丸の
know
中
this
じ
is
ゃ
a bit
木の実
of
はどういう
out of
扱い
the
なの
glow,
か
but what do you think about Kinami Tobimaru?
そうだな
Hmm.
粗大ゴミ
Well,
回
you know
収
how the
は
country is going to
金
stop
で
like
ももらわねえ
collecting
と
the
割り
size
合わな
scrap
くなるんじゃねえ
of
か
his
国が無料で回収するのはそろそろおしまいってとこ
That's because of people like you.
はあ何言ってんのお
What
前
kind of a nuance
使い
is
古しの
that?
タンスとか高く売れるじゃ
Go
ん
south, go for south big stuff like a cabinets. Then you can make a good money off them.
俺みたいな開封即使用みたいな男がこれからのトレンドなわけでしょほらコンビニで売ってる使い捨てカメラとか大人気だしようやく流行が俺の消費文明に追いついたと
Looks like the times have finally caught up with my idea of consumer culture.
じゃあ木の実はバイトと
So Kinami's working this
Tobimaru?
weekend. What about you, Tobimaru?
来るからねちゃんと俺の時代
My time is coming, just watch.
俺はちょい仕様だ
There's some business
親父の客
content
が来てるんで接待しなきゃなら
I'll be
街
entertaining
の
the
案
guests
内
of
を
my
してくれと
father's,
さ
giving the tour of the city, stuff like that.
聞けよ人の話聞けよ
Fishing rude, don't interrupt the guy when he's talking.
あのよ俺は妹の相手してやるだけなんだ
I was
よ
gonna say I'm gonna be
隣
watching
のク
my
ソ
kids.
中華飯店の手伝いなんかしねえ
I
よ
ain't helping out at that Capitalism restaurant.
その女は明
What
日も
about
バ
you,
イトか
Sonoji? Yeah, working tomorrow.
いやそれが一日空いてる
No, no plans.
今日はこれから
But
遊
I'm
園
going
地
to
でア
work
ル
at
バイ
the
トだけど
amusement park after school today.
ういそれって魔のきついランド
What? Magic Kittyland? Seriously?
タフだねしずき
You're tougher than
あ
you
そこの
look,
バイトは柔
Shizuki.
道部の連中でも値を上げるって話じゃんか
The judo guys who worked at the ballet.
なんとまさか猫黒の荷物
It
運
couldn't
ぶよ
possibly
り
be
辛
worse
い
than carrying boxes for right?
いやそこまではよく
Okay, not that bad.
しかし山城の野
But
郎
that's
お
all
っ
Imasha
せえ
is
な
taking his
見ろ
time.
隣の B 組すらお帰りになられてるぞ
Let's be solid leaving.
だな
Looks like it.
面倒だが呼んでくるかその字を遅刻させるわけにはいかねえし
Maybe he is just snoozing in some class down on the faculty room. Looks like it. You know, I didn't want to pull this card, but you will just have to call him. You can let Sonoji be late for work. And as for by design, the moment Tobimaru package stood up really from the balcony railing. The school PA system Chimrank.
2年 C 組の静木宗
Soujuurou
十郎
Shizuki.
君、山城先生がお呼び
Please
です。
report immediately to
至急
Yamashiro
職員室
Sensei
まで来てくだ
in the
さい。
faculty room.
繰り返します。
Soujuurou
2年 C
Shizuki.
組の
Just to see him. An awkward silence fell upon the three. After a long 5 seconds, Soujuurou said goodbye and headed back inside.
面白いことねえな。誰か校庭にミステリーサークルとか作ってくんねえかな。
Can someone make a crop circle in the schoolyard or something? And grumbled, slouching his shoulders and succumbing to his lethargy.
他人の妄想力に期待すんなよ。
Stop expecting
刺
others
激
to
が欲
make
しい
our
な
life
ら
interesting.
てめえでイベントを起こせ。
If you're bored,
クラス分け発表
then
の
make
時よ
something
ろしく。
happen yourself.
青崎に突っかかればすぐだぜ。
Shansha Zaki to interclass debate or something.
よみがえるトラウマやだよ。
Something
会長の大立ち回りは面白いのを通り
Something
越して
just
恐ろ
depressed
しいよ。
asking for it.
善良な一男子生徒としちゃ
It's interesting, not
美
terrifying.
少女が転校してくるだけでいいん
As
だ
a
よ。
decent upstanding red blooded male, I would happily settle for a dance with student showing up.
まあ普通の子じゃつまんないからハリウッドのプロデューサーとかイギリスの歌姫とか。
As long as she's not boy in any way, maybe she were Hollywood producer or some famous English singer. My guy has his standards. At least I could give him respect for that. You know, really high.
どんなくくりだそりゃ。
Lame.
そこは
We're
火
going
星
that
のお
far.
姫様あた
Let's
りに
make
し
you
とけ
away
よ。
from Mars. And I could expect no less from His Majesty. The dude is going from for the extraterrestrial stuff. Really thinking big.
それと2年
Attention
C 組の
classes
皆
here.
さんへ
This announcement
山
from
城
Yamashiro
先生から伝
Sensei.
言です。山城先
Yamashiro
生は
Sensei is
訳
currently
あって
occupied
ホ
and
ー
unable
ム
to
ルー
attend
ムを
from
欠
home.
席しますので
Please make your way
各
home.
自勝手に下校しちゃってくださいね。それではでは。
Not so sure got himself into.
以上、放
This
送室
consists
か
of
らお知らせ
announcements
しま
for
し
the
た。
day.
どうよこれ。
The hell?
山城新社
Ever
買って
since
からフリ
Yamashiro
ーダムすぎね。
bought the new
このままでは
guy,
あの真
the
新しい
Neil
セルビア
Punk.
俺のギザ銃がう
Maybe
な
we'll
りかね
see
ん。
Santa this time makes again. Let's see what Santa this time makes against the door for New Serbia.
鍵穴にガム程度にし
Hold
と
it
け。
for short.
教師の
Let's
発
put gum in the
給はマ
keyhole.
ジ同情に値するからな。
Just to get better peanuts, man. The two frenemies return to the classroom, complaining all the while. Their concern for their mutual friend summoned to the faculty office completely out of her mind.
納得いきません。生徒のアルバイトは認められ
The
てい
school
ま
allows
す。
for students to hold part-time jobs.
学校公認の職場であるなら
According to school
社会経験の
regulations,
一環として
the
推
job
奨
of
する
surprised by the
と
school
校
is
則にもありますが
recommended as a social experience.
そうなんだけどね。
That's true, but in
彼
his
の場合、
case,
やりすぎなのが問題な
a
わ
matter
け
of
で。
going to farm. Hey, what's wrong with Magic working a part-time job? Even if it's not just one job, but let's pretend it's just one for a moment.
仮にもし認可していない
What if,
労
let's
働
suppose
基準法に反してそうなところで働いてたら困るでしょ。
Somewhere that might be
彼も
violating the labor standards law. That would spell trouble for both the school and for him. That would spell less money for him. The volatile tension between the ruthless student, council president, and easygoing modern language teacher permitted their own. Wait to be spared from the impending confrontation, the other teachers highly allocated to the meeting room. By the time Yamashiro Sensei noticed this, the only other person in the room was the student council president, Aoko Aozaki.
逃げたか。
Go around, huh?
ひどいなみんな。
Why does everyone
怖い
always
のは
push
僕
the
に
scary
押し
shots
付け
on
て
me?
ばっかりだもんな。
They're so mean.
話の続きです先生。
The subject is someone gonna die today. So rest in peace, Yamashita sensei. Don't change the subject, sir.
仮に彼が指定以外のアルバイトをしている
We
と
do
したら、
suppose
それ
that
は
he's
彼
working
の
in
要求に
authorized
学校側が答えていないからではありませんか？
Doesn't that mean that the school isn't accommodating his needs?
下宿先の家賃を奨学金で賄えとは言いませんが、時間の許す限り働きたいという要望は考慮すべきです。
His request deserves due consideration.
指定外のアルバイトを
We're
疑
so
うな
concerned
ら、
about
まず
unauthorized
働き
workplaces.
先は1生徒につき
Please,
1件だけ
let's revise
と
the
いう
rule
規
that
則を
limits
改めてくだ
student
さい。
at only one. After hearing you out and realizing that there was no way she would back down, Yamashita sensei hung his head. This was supposed to be easier. But it's Aoko you're dealing with. With Aoko it's never easier. The plan was to call in the student. Call in the student. Meant to be working multiple jobs. If we did, the rumor was true. And if so, give him a warning and some guidance. Then I had to lunch with the knowledge that all was right with the world. The student council president was coincidentally in the faculty room at the time, but he heard the entire issue and decided to call out this injustice. As I'm gonna give a props for Aoko for stepping in to help Soujuurou, even if it probably wasn't how she's going, how she would have said that it's not her intent, but she stepped in nonetheless. As far as Yamashita sensei was concerned, she was in the right, and he was well aware of the aforementioned student's situation. Personally, he would have liked to help, but among the faculty, he was just the new kid on the block. He wanted to stay on the principal's good side and, at the very least, not lose his job, as badly paid as it was.
こればかりはね、副教頭先生直々の注意なんで、僕も助けてあげられないんだよ。
I guess he also has a tough. Look, this was a warning straight from the vice principal. We can do anything more to help.
それでしたら、落としどころがあればいいんですね。
What if we compromised? What do you mean? The student council president removed the document from her bag. It was a document that had been brought up in the morning's faculty meeting, being a host of headaches with it.
青崎くん、それは。
Misaki-kun, that's not the...
はい。間協会のボランティア参加の申告書です。
Ah, your smile. Kinda suits you. Yeah, so this is the aid a church volunteer registration form.
今月も希望者ゼロですね。経験なクリスチャンである副教頭先生はさぞお気を悪くしているかと。
It's about a Christian like the vice principal.
我が校の生徒には新人が足りんと今朝も嘆かれていたとか。
そうだけど、どうして君が今朝の職員会議の内容を知っているか聞きたいよ。本当。
I became so well informed of the content of this morning's faculty meeting. That's the student council president for you. Yamashita sensei scratched his head, but his eyes were smiling gleefully. He had figured out the student council's president's objective. So scratch your back and we'll scratch mine. Is that it?
教会への奉仕活動はボランティアだけど、きちんと謝礼が出る。あれも形の上では学校側が推奨する社会見学だからね。
and it's officially recognized by the school as a form of social study.
副教頭先生は参加者が出た
The
ことに喜
principal
び
enjoyed her for
加えて
participant and
その参加希望者がすでに他のアルバイトについていた場合、学校側の認可が2つになっちゃいますね。前例にしてはいい落としどころだと思いますが。
You see the precedent, I find this to be a good compromise. Hibasha-sensei raised his hands in surrender. There are a few students able to both raise a complaint and propose a proper solution. That's a idea. Perhaps it was her big sisterly disposition that made this girl so simultaneously feared yet trusted.
よし、その方向で攻めてみよう。うまくいくよう祈ってくれよ。
Alright, let's say it your way. Just say a prayer for me, okay?
他力本願は嫌いです。悪巧みに乗ってくれるのならきちんと活躍してください、山城先生。
I like it when people overly reliant on others. If you're going to participate in this scheme, just take your part seriously, Yamashita-sensei. With both, student council president turned to leave for the faculty room. Wait a second.
君も残るんだ。
Don't go in anywhere.
今からしずきくんを
I'm
呼
going
ぶ
to
か
go
ら
ahead and call
ちゃん
in
と面倒を見て
Shizuki
もらわ
now.
ないと。
So you need to stay and look after him properly.
は？
What? The girl's cool eyes narrowed. About the process what she had just heard, especially during the skull.
いや、参加希望者は一人より二人の方がいいだろ？
If you are looking for adventures, two is better than one, right? I see his game, like the guy is some sly bastard.
青崎くんがフォローしてくれるなら
Now
僕
that
も
you're
安心だ
following
しね。
up on this, will give me a great piece of mind.
ちょっと先生。
But sir, I don't.
ああ、放送室。
Hello.
2年 C 組のしずき宗
Let's
十
put
郎
out
く
an
ん、
announcement
至急
asking
職
for
員室に来てください。
to
で、
see
放送
student
お願いします。
Suzuki to report to Yamashita-sensei in the staff room immediately.
だから先生。
No, like I was about to say.
いやー、これで万全だ。まさか頭痛の種が
Oh,
同時
this
に
is
消え去る
perfect.
なんて、今日
If
は
that's
つい
the
てる。
source of my headache, but go wait. Today's my lucky day.
ああ、けど、青崎くん、ずいぶん親身になってくれるんだね。何？
Sasaki-kun,
もしかして、
what do
ああ
I
いうの
do
がタイプ？
without your kindness?
放送室さん、
Wait a
つい
second.
でに生徒会長が心からお待ちしていますと、
Oh,
付け足して
Capitalism, the Saturday following. The student council president is really waiting.
って山城！
Yamasha! You bastard. Well, now the guy could rest on the piece. The next day, it wasn't a Sunday. Soujuurou was awake 2 hours before the time he was supposed to meet him. After getting up, he decided to go for a leisurely jog to clear his mind, but lost among his own thoughts. His 30-minute jog turned into almost an hour. Upon realizing he rushed home. After thoroughly racking his brain over what to wear for the occasion, he decided upon wearing his school uniform.
午前10時、三崎中央公園の東入り口で待ち合わせ。
10 o'clock. Misaki Central Park is entrance. I'll meet you there. We're finally gonna have a standoff with Aoko. The deadly duel. Yesterday in the faculty room. When Aoko Ozaki shared the time and the place with him that day, she sat it with such a pain on her face. Maybe she was fighting a headache at the time.
しかし青崎の風邪は
I
治
wonder
って
if
いるのだ
Ozaki
ろう
is
か。
feeling better. Such a matter that the words of concern misguided as they were. In any case, he waited for about 5 minutes. They precisely 10 o'clock. They didn't cancel present appeared.
おはよう。いつものことだけど、時間だけはぴったりよね。あなた。
Dana, much less usual, I see.
ひどい顔ね。
What's wrong with your face?
もしかして気分悪いの？
Are you sick?
いや、
No,
体調はいいと
I think I will fine. I feel fine now. Maybe the offer if you're concerned now.
だがしかし、青崎は制服だ
You're
った。
wearing your school uniform.
ええ、学校の行事だも
The
の。
first time wearing
当
my
然でしょ？
uniform. This is the school activity, isn't it? That's some that's some real dedication to the rules. Back then. The heavy weight of students fell upon Soujuurou's shoulders. That gas over his outfit for the previous 2 hours rendered meaningless just like that. They were clad in their school uniforms on their off, all by the train station. In the beginning, Aoko had made efforts to give Soujuurou a full life for the land, but today she only shared the bare minimum of explanations. This was partly because, surprisingly, Soujuurou had become well accustomed to the town. The lessons were good, shortcuts to use in Russia. While the nearby bicycle shop was better than the department store by the station, we wanted to buy a bicycle. It's like a local would know. But the other reason was that it dawned on Aoko that the two of them conversing might look to passerby.
話は変わるけど、具体的にどんな労働内容なのか、そろそろ聞いていいかな。
On a different topic, do you mind telling me what kind of work I will be doing today? From here on, maturing at the church meant that the school would tolerate his multiple jobs. Soujuurou had quickly agreed to the tempting offer, but there is a catch. And quite a big one. I doubt it's gonna be just the usual church work there. It's like a bubble hat, but as was typical for him, he had failed to consider the content of the proposal.
まあ、そんなことだろうと覚悟はしてたけど。
Somehow I just knew I had no idea what we're going to be doing today.
あなた、間教会は初めて？
Is this your first time going to the church?
教会なら2回目だ。
This is my second time.
珍しい建物なんで
The
近寄っ
last
た
time
ら
was because I was
中の人
outside
が
admiring the
タダでお菓子
station
をくれたんだけ
architecture.
ど。
And then the person inside gave me some free candy. He put it with on seat how exactly church worked, how church worked. His contemplative posture made him appear the part of the philosopher. But after all thinking, he concluded, I guess they start taking your money on your second visit. That's a nice train of thought. Magic has going there. That shows the extent of Soujuurou's concerns.
普通そういうことは子供にしかしないんだけどね。
The church only gives
あの教
candy
会
out
は
to children, you know. Aoko cited the lost little lamb.
で、どんな人に会ったの？
Did you end up meeting
神父？
the priest?
それともシスタ
One
ー？
of the sisters.
それは
A very
綺麗な
beautiful
女の
woman,
人だった。
as it happens.
じゃあユイカさんの方ね。
Oh, Sister Yuika
今日会った
then.
らお礼をっ
We see her today.
て必要ないか。
We'll need to thank you.
あんたのことだから
But then again,
そのあたり
no need,
はきちっとしてるだろうし。
You're doing just fine in that department anyway.
仕事の話なら簡単よ。
As far as work goes,
学校でやってることと変わ
it's
らない
much
から。
different from what we've been doing at school, so it should be straightforward.
あの教会、規模の割に人数が少ないの
You
よ。
can see in the church size, it's actually not a lot of people. Aoko picked up a few pesos. They had it for the church. Somehow, it seemed like a general invading enemy territory. It made Soujuurou follow his bros in the discomfort. It's a witch inside of a church. The infiltration. The church had a long history. Far from the station, it was a white painted sanctuary, nestled between the business and the residential districts. As far as Aoko could remember, the church as she knew it, that was the result of remodeling done 8 years prior. It was practically a cathedral for a town of this size. Incidentally located next, it was the Misaki City General Hospital. From Aoka's perspective, it seemed awfully suspicious for the church to take up the residence next to the location in the city where the most lives were lost. Though the only two who were aware of this being were her roommate also Kuonji and the priest.
Are
you regular at this place?
私
Mia.
私はこれっぽっちも。もう過去に戻って改ざんしたいぐらい微塵もないけど、うちの父と祖父は長い付き合い。ここの手伝いなんて、忌々しいことに小学生の頃は毎日してたもんだけど。
I had to come here every day in elementary school to help out, and boy, did that ever rub me the wrong way. The more Aoko spoke, the more twisted her expression became. According to this mate, he wanted to grab it by the proverbial collar, give it the proverbial one arm to the back throw, smash its proverbial hat into the proverbial ground, and kick the proverbial even the lights out of its defenseless proverbial torso. That's a lot of proverbial violence there. Holy crap. Such was her so-called trauma that and it's seems like a deep trauma. It was anthropomorphized. It would take more than 5 rounds beating to satisfy her first for vengeance.
Oh.
So we have the children is splitting the church there. I see. And it's probably not a church, it's the Black Company in disguise. Thus, in this moment, as he became aware of Aoko's mood, the soldier began to fear for his safety. Perhaps attracted by the murder of a crows outside the church, a woman in a nun's habit emerged from the front entrance.
失礼ですが、どちらのお客様でしょう?
Excuse me? You have business with the church today?
当教会は暴力団関係の方はご遠慮いただいておりますので、日を改める、あるいは生き方を悔い改めた後、社会的な罪を償ってから門をくぐっていただきたいのですが。
Sinful ways and paid for your crimes to society, you can.
青崎青子です。シスターユイカ。
It's Aoko, Saki. Sister Yuika.
まあ。
Well,
青子さんでしたか。
It isn't Aoko.
驚きました。
It's a lovely surprise.
昼間のうちにあなたが来るのは久しぶりです。
It's been such a long time since you have visited.
そうですね。いつも夜に呼ばれて、神父様とだけお話をしていますから。まあ、意外ですね。1年近くまともにお話をしていません。
I suppose it has been about close to an year since we had a face-to-face conversation.
ま、この先だって一度もないでしょうけど。
And who knows how long it will be until the next time.
ええ。 あなたも随分と立派になられたよう
I'm not sad
で
to see you grow up so
がっかり
fast.
です
Your presence
何よ
has
り
become so dominant
今の
in
気配は清らかな少女とは思えないほど悪辣でした
You hardly resemble the virtuous girl I remember so well. On the surface, to exchange congenial greetings. But that's more like two vipers fighting each other. Unable to read between the lines, also I could see we are two good friends.
今月のボランティアは私とそこの彼です
Or maybe he's onto something. Can I this month volunteers?
親愛なる間協会のた
For
め
the
ですから
last day the church.
10時から3時まで1分の狂いもなくきっ
A
か
pleasure to be
り
working from
働かせ
exactly
ていた
10 to
だきます
3.
よ
And not a minute more.
まあ
Well,
世も末ですが
as you
歓
know,
迎
the
しま
Asian
す
the
ね
end of times, but the spirit of service is welcome.
神の家は万人に等しく開くものこの際あなたの内面は見なかったことにしておきましょう
The house of the Lord is open to all who might enter, even those with wickedness in their hearts. Hey, we're gonna play to the rules until you're not gonna make until you're gonna make us work the overtime without getting paid. The nun flashed a smile that was equal parts elegant and cruel. Keeping up appearances aside, she seemed to be joy to have able hands to put it to work. Whoa, the ceiling is huge in this place. It looked much smaller from the outside. Let's introduce yourself as Yuika. Yuika Susa, and that's a bit of strange name. Saint Soujuurou had one shred of his own violation. Soujuurou noticed that her eyes were always shut, but not wanting to be rude, especially in front of Aoko. He decided not to pay. Maybe she's a Misaki user, like. This seems kinda suspicious, like.
しずきさんとおっしゃるのですね
So you're Shizuki-san.
声のイメージ
Your
通
name
り
is as calm as
落ち着いたお名前です
your countenance.
は あ
Is
それ
it
はどうも
well, thanks. So let's sleep. I found it Soujuurou's ambivalent response to her compliment.
失礼
I
名
apologize.
字で呼ばれるのはお嫌いのようですね
I didn't mean to cause discomfort by using your surname.
宗十郎さんでよ
May
ろ
I
し
call
い
you
ですか
Soujuurou-san instead?
えい
Oh,
やどっちでもいいですけ
that one
ど
is fine.
ではそのように
Well then, as you wish. I'd not appreciate how
Nangi
difficult
Nakoto-san.
subject it would be. Though the sister tone was gentle, the words seemed somewhat indifferent. Child sighed, but she guided the two with certainty in her step.
それで奉
Well
仕の内
then,
容ですが
what's what you were doing?
分かってますクリスマス前だし面倒な掃除を済ませておきたいんでしょ
So you want to get all of the ladies clean out of the way, right?
問題ありません
It
そういう
won't be
の
a
得意です
problem.
から
Cleaning sour sounds sure time. I wonder what kind of cleaning we're gonna do. Are we gonna be quote-quote janitors at the city? It wasn't this on suit as much as it was Soujuurou's.
では青子さんはかまどの方で聖兵の作り置きを
Then Aoko, you'll be at the store preparing the cleaning wafers.
しずきさんは外に
Shizuki will be
私ども
outside.
では手の届かない箇所の清掃をお願いします
I'll need your help cleaning the second issue.
ちょっと待って 台所にリツカの
question.
やついないでしょ
Isn't
う
in
ね
the kitchen, is she?
こんなところであんなのに会う
Could
なん
make
て
me
ご
go
めん
in
だから
there if she is.
リツカは留守です
No way.
ですので
Yuika's not here
どうぞ気兼ねな
right
く
now. You still need to hold the back on her account. There's a dismissive wave. So there is some bad blood between Aoko and this Ritsuka. I'm curious about what happened between these two before. Aoko headed toward the door in the back of the worship hall. As she had indicated, she was quite accustomed to this church.
しずきさんはこちらに
This way, please, Shizuki-san.
まずは物置か
We'll
ら
start with the
清
store.
掃道具を運んでい
I
た
would
だ
like
き
to
ます
ask you to carry the cleaning supplies. The work entrusted to Soujuurou didn't require any particular skill. It was window cleaning at its most standard.
窓を全部拭けばいいんですね。
Should I clean all of the windows?
水拭きと空拭き
Yes.
その後に
That
コ
was
ー
the
トスプレー
better
もお願いしま
And
す
wipe is the dry rack.
はし
Can
ご
you
の
use the
高さは足
cleaning
ります
spray?
か
Is the ladder tall enough?
あれちょっと足りないっぽい
Looks
です
that
ね。
might be a little short.
では届く範囲で結構ですのでよろし
Then
くお願いしま
just
す
clean what you can reach. Thank you very much. After the brief exchange, the city returned to the church. Soujuurou began to wonder if it was out of distrusting him that she was insecure. Understood that it was too soon to glean an answer from their first meeting, but then again, such answers always eluded Soujuurou. Left alone but no less encouraged, Soujuurou began cleaning the windows. The day's weather was a disappointment once again. It had not gone so fast to rain, but was too overcast to enjoy the sun. And I guess the tall ladder and beginning with a window about 5 yards from the ground, wetly cleaned. Soujuurou was never the kind of a person to mind physical labor. In fact, if there had been a blue sky, this might have been a perfect day off to him. By the time he finished his first or fourth window, he felt very relaxed and began to whistle. Though 15 feet was intimidating height, it provided a wonderful view at the same time. Turning toward the town, with such a clear view of the tree-topped hill that had previously caught his eye.
やっぱり林の中に家があるような。
There is a house in the woods. The hill in the woods just outside of a town. From here, the forest overlooking the triple city looked like a foreign castle.
あれ何何泥棒さん
Well, you have a burglar. Is it Yuika they were talking about before? Just then, losing his thoughts while wiping the windows, Soujuurou was pulled out of his hands by someone passing below him. Looked down and saw a girl, kept clothes, otherwise contrasting with your kind visage.
でもちょっと怪盗には似合わないのんびり屋さん風味どっちかっていうとあれかしら暖炉から現れては微妙にいらないおもちゃを押し付けるセイントみたい
Wait, I
な
know. Maybe you're the type that jumps out of the people's fireplaces and gives them toys they don't need, like that one assigned.
うわー私あのヒゲ苦手なのよね
Oh, but I
だ
just
って
can't
ど
stand
う見
it.
ても
He's
不法侵入者
severe.
じゃないあの人
You know that guy is doing breaking into it, right? Should have been her late 20s. Despite the coat, she was not wearing a coat. She had no purse either. She was as strange as a woman, and the purse will never fall apart. But that's Soujuurou knew this truth quite yet. Based on the fact that none of They seem to apply to him. We could have easily surmised that she was herself a little loosey-goosey. A few cards short of a full deck, one might also say.
あ、私ピンときたわ。
Oh, I got it.
君、ミサコのバイトの子？
Are you that part-timer from Misaki High? Wow.
今時の高校生は業者さん
Because
顔
was
負けな
there
のね。
these days really are something. You put the boss to shame. They all looked up in admiration to Soujuurou as he stood atop his ladder.
よーし、私も手伝っちゃおうかな。
Cool, let me help.
はしごはまだある？
Is there another
他の雑
ladder?
金は？
Rocks? Since we're
ど
doing
うせ
this
だか
anyway,
らホースで水をかける
didn't
の
we
はどう
just
か
use
し
the
ら？
hose?
こうバーッとケルヒャーとか叫びながら
You know, spray water
罰
all
当た
over
り
the
だけど
place.
それなら少しぐらいは楽しくなりそうじゃない？
You might get in trouble, but a little fun never hurt anybody, right? You let out a hearty laugh. Smiled out like a cactus that sprouted legs and began to run about. As much as running cactus could only cause trouble. As Soujuurou anticipated, the girl began to clean, but waiting for his approval.
いえ、教会の前を通った
So I was
ら
walking by the church
人
and
影っぽいのが
took me
窓に
stuck
へ
to
ば
the
りついてるの
window.
が見えちゃったの。
That balcony seemed
昼間
pretty
から
bold.
泥棒とか
Thought
豪
but my
快だな
curiosity
ーっ
got
て
the best of
ちょっと
me.
興味惹かれちゃって。そしたら
Much more
可愛
surprised
い
when I
子
saw
が
such
真
a
面目
cute
に
boy.
労働してた
We
わ
can
け。
envision as even
窓
the
拭きの
weapon
達人
expert.
みたいにビ
You
ッと
can
か
play
っ
a girl
こよ
for
く
waiting to help out.
そんなの見せられたら手伝いたくなるのが人情じゃない？
Want you to help out after seeing that, can you? Up in the window next to Soujuurou, they all continue to chatter cheerfully. Although this was all kinds of suspicious, Soujuurou politely followed her. Lita, not in again she spoke. Why she's Italian? The stuff my dude already knows, like. I thought she's talking to someone else. But well, I guess she has this hero laws, so I shouldn't be surprised with this. Because it was an instinctive camaraderie. Says that this girl was just like him, always getting the short end of the stick when it came to menial work.
あなたは教会の人なんですか？
So I'm from the church.
私？
Me, no.
ただの通りすがりよ。
I was just passing by.
それより
We
あ
put
な
me,
たって
I
の
feel
は
like
他
we
人
have
行
never
儀
met
ね。
before.
君とは商店街で何度も会ってるのに。
Do you remember all these times we met in the shopping
い
mall?
や、会ってま
No.
せんよ。
When did that happen?
会ってます。
All the
君
time,
魚
Celia.
達さんでバイトしてる子でしょ？
You work at that restaurant.
今週だけでも何度か言ってるもん、私。
It was there several times just this week.
私はその
I'm alright.
花沢って言うんだけ
I'm
ど。
Hanazawa.
君の名前は？
What's your name? Hanazawa took a glance at the flower bed below in the middle for her introduction, and gave him a friendly laugh. Soujuurou's self-introduction, however, was his usual brand of awkward.
宗十郎さん。
Soujuurou, huh? Your name
い
is
い名前
cute,
ね。古
in
風
an
な感じで。
old-fashioned kind of a way.
名前に数字が入ってる
The
と
junior name means
なんか
certain,
日
right?
本人って感じがしない？
There's this numbers in them
こ
also
この神父
Japanese.
さんとかシスターの名前知ってる？
No, the
エ
place
イ
in the
リと
cities
か
here.
ユイカとかなんか外国風
Hey,
なん
and
だ
the
けど。
Yuika. The name sounds so free.
エイリさんはともかく、
I
ユ
know
イカさん
about
は綺
A,
麗な
but
黒髪の女の
Yuika
人で
was
した
the
よ。
woman with the pretty dark hair, right?
あら、神父さんにはまだ会っ
So
て
I
いな
haven't
い
met
の
the
ね。
priest yet.
間教会の
At
美
the
形
church
神
is
父と美人
also
姉妹っ
its
て言ったら
handsome
有名
priest
なん
and
だ
the
けど。
beautiful sisters, you know.
あ、
Oh,
そう
that's
か。
right. Just moved
さては
here.
君、最近引っ越してき
You're
たんで
living
し
on your
ょ。
own, right?
そうですけど、
Yes.
花沢さんすごい
Pretty
ですね。
sharp,
さっきからあ
Hanazawa-san.
まりにも
You
的
seem to
確
be
な
pretty
手
good
説
at
法です。
guessing things about me.
いえいえ。
It's called
推
deductive
理と言
reasoning,
ってくれ
Celia.
たまえ。君ぐらいの子がア
Sun
ルバイト
doesn't
に
have
精
much
を
to
出
do
すほ
for
ど
fun.
この街の娯楽は魅力的じゃないもの。遊ぶお金なら
But a kid
バイ
like
ト
you
一
wouldn't
件で
need to
賄
work
え
this
ちゃうわ。
much. Maybe you
君
just
は
need
物欲
one
のあるタイ
to
プじゃ
cover
なさ
spending
そうだし。
money. You don't seem like the materialistic type either.
となると
Ships
これ
are
はも
living
う生活費の
expenses
ためと考えるのが
that's the
健
only
全でし
wholesome
ょ。
reason for working this hard, right?
まあ学生さんが生活費も学費も自分だけで賄うなんてのは健全じゃないんだけど。
いや、そうでもないですよ。働かざる者食うべからずです。
そっか。宗十郎さんは若いのに立派ね。私も学生の頃はバイト3枚だったから少しは君の大変さもわかるわよ。
Don't they say he who doesn't work doesn't eat? Whoa, Soujuurou. You're pretty mature for your age. When I was a student, I was completely absorbed in the work too. So I understand how difficult things must be for you.
なんと、花沢さんも一人暮らしだったんですか？
You by yourself as well, Hanazawa-san?
ええ。
Yeah.
親の反対を押し切ってよその国に留学しちゃったの。あっちには友達もいたから下宿先には困らなかったけど、さすがに食費ぐらいは稼がないとね。けどまあこう見えて肉体労働は苦にならないタイプだし、学院もバイトも楽しい思い出になってるわ。
Looking back on it now, my time at school and work was a great memory. That's some real order. Magic is impressed. So you know that again. Dignified or not, you could barely hold back the sense of solidarity that was welling up within him. Yeah.
これも何かの縁だし、魚達さんではこれからお世話になりそうだし、頼りないだろうけど、相談事があったらぜひ言ってね。精神面の力になるわ。
Can't promise that I'll do much help, but I'll do my best impression of a sounding board.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you, I appreciate it.
じゃあ早速ですけど、
Maybe you can
こ
help
こは
me out
何を
right
するところ
now.
なんでしょう。
What do they actually do here? As you said here, you pointed at the church. What do you mean? When Hanazawa was taken aback by his question, and if Soujuurou's provincial background combined with your quick-witted nature, Hanazawa seemingly mistook his question for some kind of a sophisticated wit.
そうね。心の安全を扱っているというのはどうかしら。
Is it right?
安全というよりは
No, maybe not sunshine, more like a
継ぎはぎの
shield.
バリケード
A place that
とに
blocks
かく本人はちっとも鍛えられないってことは
It's
同じ
basically
よ
a way
ね。
for people to avoid getting bad.
あとはパンとワインも分けてくれるわね。
Oh, and they give out free bread and wine
無料でですか？
for free. The freebies,
もちろん
Sure, I
飲める
mean,
ものは勝手に置いていくって
British people just
話。
donate a bunch of money anyway.
あとは
Oh yeah,
そっ
one
か
more thing, and
これが
this is
一
the
番
most
大きいんだ
important
けど
income.
収入に税金がかからない。
Seven
心
souls
の
to
安
stop
全は
work,
扱いが
but
難しいけどきちんと売り物にできれば
the risk is high worth if you
ノーリス
bought
ク入りたんよ。
solid business plan.
は
Is that
あ、よく
so?
わからない
I
です
don't
け
really
ど、
follow, but
ピンチの時
you're
は
saying
こ
that
こに転がり込めばいいんです
it's a
ね。
good place to camp when you're in trouble.
それはおすすめしないな。
I wouldn't recommend that.
ご利用は月に
We
1回
could be better
気
to
休め
visit
程度
once
に
a
した方
month
が
or
いいと
so.
思う。
Just for a little peace of mind. The last week, as the two carefree souls continue to wipe down the windows. You see at the event, they shine up on one window, then another, then another.
そうだ、もう一つあります。
One more question.
ここから見えるあの森、
What are
何
those
ですか？
woods over there?
森
Woods?
あの山の上にある森のこ
ですけど、
Well,
あれ
yeah,
は
but
山じゃなくて丘
that's
と
really
言
more
う
of
べ
a
きで
hill
す。
than a mountain. As someone raised in the countryside, such a sprite would not allow for amount of dirt to be called a mountain.
そうあれはあれで結構登るのに体力使うんだけどまそっちの方がより
You
ら
think
しいわ
so?
ね。
Any incline that takes energy to climb is a mountain in my book. But if you say so. It was as if a shadow fell over her till now, sunny disposition. She was undoubtedly a beautiful woman with very lovely features. But as Soujuurou looked at her in that moment, smile melted away, and You saw how disturbed she was at his comment. And when it comes down to it,
あれは丘です。
it's
それ
definitely
とほ
Hill.
ら、ここから煙突みたいなの
About
見え
what
ますけど、
that thing
あれ
that
は
looks
何
like
ですか
a chimney. There was not one to closely watch people's reactions and also by his speech.
あれは本物の煙突よ。
It looks like a chimney because it's a chimney.
あの森は全部私有地なんだけど、その中にでっ
The
かい
forest is
洋
all
館が立っている
a
の。
property and a huge
でも
mansion
私有
sits
地だから
right in the middle
地
of
元の
it.
人間も入ったこ
None
と
of the
はないんじゃない
locals
かしら。
really know anything about it because they are not allowed in there.
通称クオンジのお化け屋
People
敷
call
っ
it
てね。
Kuonji haunted
近所の
mansion.
皆さんは気
The
味悪が
locals
ってる
all
し、
talked about it.
あんまり近寄らない
Probably
方がい
best
いん
that
じゃ
you
な
keep
い？
your distance.
あんな小さな森なの
But
に
tiny wood
遭難したと
area.
か野犬
There
が出
have
る
been
と
all
か
kinds of freaky
物騒
stories
な
about
話
the
には
place.
事欠かないから。
With accidents, wild dogs, sightings, you name it.
野犬って
Wild dogs.
都会にも野犬。
Get wild dogs here in the city too.
たくさんいるわよ。
Lots of them.
この教会の裏手の空き地にだっているし、
All behind the church.
ここの神父さんは物好きだからパンとかあ
Perhaps
げ
it's
ちゃ
a
っ
bit
て、
of eccentric.
それでワンちゃんの巡回ルートになっちゃってるんでしょうけ
Give
ど。
them some bread and the pups made the area part of their patrol route.
とにかく君子危うきに近寄らずよ。あの森には入らないのが町のルールなの。そもそも私有地だし、入ったらおまわりさんを呼ばれちゃって、そのまま交番でお説教タイムなんて、あんまり楽しくないで
Let's
し
go
ょ。
up there. You know what they say about the idiots in the high places? It's something of an unspoken rule around here to stay out. One thing, it's private property. If you trespass, someone is going to call the cops and then going to spend the rest of the day eating grilled at the station. That doesn't sound like much fun, does it? Or someone gonna summon a piglets, chomp you down. And that is gonna be even less funny than going to the police station. So you nodded along to his story as he stared at the far off chimney from his vantage point on the ladder. A teeny tiny part of him was curious about that hill, because it reminded him of the woods where he grew up. But after reminding himself that it was none of his business, he turned to the window washing. Thanks to Hanazawa letting a hunt, they were able to finish the job without a hitch. Between the two of them, they had accomplished a simple but very time-consuming task.
ご苦労様でした。
Nice work. Hey, nice to see
あれだけ砂まみれだった窓が見違え
How
たわ
filthy
ね。
they were before.
どう？これから適当なサテンでお茶にしない？宗十郎さんの仕事っぷりに敬意を表して、私がおご。
Why don't we head to a cafe? So I'd get something to drink. I'll ask you. I'll treat you as a reward for all of your.
はい。何か言いました花沢さん。
Hanazawa-san, we're in the middle of saying some.
いや、ごめんなさい。
Oh, sorry.
急用を思い出し
There's
ちゃ
a
っ
moment's
た。
emergent business I need to attend to.
花沢さんはここで失礼するのでした。
Catch you
Ciao.
later, ciao. By the time Soujuurou had started putting away the ladder, turned around, he was only able to catch a glimpse of the girls I figured dashing toward the street at lightning speed. It was just before 3 o'clock. But then 3 hours had passed since Hanazawa offered to help. Soujuurou watched the girl with many strange faces disappear. For someone who seemed to have been on an endless walk, Hanazawa had spent a good deal of time with him. Maybe helping Soujuurou out might have something she needed to do.
しずきくん、そっちにいるの？
Shizuki, are you out there? Sweet Council Peasant popped her head out from the corner of the church.
あ、声かけてごめん。
don't
いいから
mind.
作業に専念。
You do your thing. Instead of Soujuurou putting away a ladder, Lord himself seemed to have provoked an emotional response in Aoko. Then in an instant, showed up, Simpson began to approach him.
Oh.
This surprised him more than Aoko's sudden appearance. Ignoring Soujuurou's bewilderment, Aoko promptly began issuing orders.
はしご、横に倒していいわよ。
Put the ladder on its
下の方を
side.
私が持つから。あなたは上の方をお願い。
And hold the bottom so you take the top. She did all of this so matter-of-factly. Soujuurou began lowering the ladder before he even had a chance to insist that he could do it by himself. And we're finally out of the church. That was a long day. And they really exploit the people. It's all this seminal work. This work finished and the sisters took her gifts in hand. Right, at least we get some gifts from the church. The two put the church behind them. Since Aoko apparently had something to do around the station, they decided they would go together until they got there.
でも、本当にアルバイト慣れしてるのね。
Yeah, really hard work. Beneath the orange tinged sky, Aoko spoke more as though she was expressing her thoughts out loud than taking up a conversation.
そうか。
Really?
青崎から見て
From
そう
you,
だな。
Aozaki,
少しは嬉
that's
しいな。
really nice to hear. Soujuurou gave her an earnest smile. But then again, had been beaming ever since he received his pay. So the source of his joy was not so clear.
あのね、
Not so
あな
fast.
たは普段が
Still
問
got
題ば
a
っ
ways
かり
to
な
go
のから
faster, but
あんまり調子に乗らないよう
don't
に。
get that to create a way.
差し引きゼロっていうか、まだまだマイナスなんだから。
You're really just breaking even if that.
うん。学校のことは言われ
You're
る
not
と
going to
悲
get
しく
on
な
my
る。
back about school, are you? That will really spoil my mood. Soujuurou hands his hat dejectedly. Since his job had been going well, school was still a bust. Exams were one thing, but doing classwork was something he had found himself falling behind in.
青崎は成績悪いやつは
But
嫌
you
いか
had people with bad grades. I was like,
まあ、頭というか、巡りの悪い人との話は疲れるでしょうね。
that's beside the point in your
でも、
case.
あなたはそれ以前
And
だ
let
し、
this get to
そ
your
もそも
heart.
私にはこれっぽっちも関係ないし。
Yeah, sure. Not a friend, You're not a friend, okay?
でっかいハンデを何とかするのは先生たちの仕事で、
The
そ
teacher's
れに
job
応えるのはあな
to
たの
figure out
役
how
目。
to help students overcome
アルバイトもいいけど、
handicaps.
帰ったらきちんと予習やっときなさいよ。
Even the job it's fine with me, but make sure you study properly when you get home.
それはもちろん。学
You
校
can
の人
count
たち
on
は
me.
みんないい
Even
人
if the
だ。
school is good people.
そう、ならいいけど、
Just say so, wait.
みんないい人？
Just say everyone is good people. Aoko cocked her heart to one side. Not sure how this exchange had resulted in that response. She decided to interpret as Soujuurou simply expressing his gratitude his own peculiar way.
ところで、
Oh, one more thing.
参考までに聞くんだ
Can
け
you know
ど、
what other kinds
あ
of
なた
jobs you're
他に
working
どん
on?
なバイトしてるの？
You know, in case it comes up.
どこって
If you're asking
商店
where,
街が多
quite
い
a。lot of places in the shopping
魚のお
district.
店とか、
The fish
花の
shop,
店
the
とか。
flower shop, and so on.
あ、
Oh,
でも
but
昨日
yesterday I
は
went
隣
over
町
to
ま
the
で遠
next
出してな。
town.
遊園地のアルバイト。
I worked at a shift at the amusement park. Since the only school authorized locations were in the Misaki shopping district, the response was much as she expected. That is, except for the decidedly unexpected last part.
遊園地ってヤシ
When
ロ
you
ギ
say
の？
amusement park, you don't mean the one in Yashirogi, do you?
そう。
That's the
使わなくな
one.
った看板
I
とか
just
オブジェ
sampled
と
and
か
moved
解体して運び出したんだ。
and
さすがに疲れたな。
What's
あれは
exhausting?
へえ。
That's so.
うん、それは体力
I can
勝負で
imagine
しょうね。
it took a lot out of you. This left Aoko rather impressed. Transporting the new amusement park machinery wasn't a job that students did really in their free time.
でもいいな。私、キッチーランドって一度も行ったことないの。
Never even
三崎町に住んで
the
るのに。
Kickshaw. You know it's so close to here. I looked up in the direction for the neighboring town. Maybe from here you could just barely make out the Ferris wheel. The round steel frame of the wheel, emitted by the sunset as it was, the reminiscent of the old gravestone.
そうか。
That's a shame. Just because you're short on the cash. Yeah, and here he goes. Is the cash again. I had to see for her laughter. She knew it would be rude to Soujuurou to burst out laughing, but the remark tickled her funny bone.
そういうんじゃなくて。
No, it's not like that.
単純に
It's
あれが
simple.
開園してから立て
Back
込ん
when
で
it's
て
first opened,
遊びに行く暇がな
it's
かっ
always
ただ
packed
け
with the
よ。
people
お
and
金で解決
just
する
never
問
had
題
the
だった
time to
ら
go.
それこそ今すぐに行ってるわ。
If you're a problem that could be solved with some money, I would go right now. Aoko showed Soujuurou the envelope that contained the pay from the church. There was nothing sinister about her remark and gesture, but the fact that she did not jump at the chance to go meet Soujuurou sad.
それなら
And
今
why
度行
don't
けばいいじゃない
we
か。
go sometime?
ありがとう。
Thanks.
けどそれは無理な
What I can
話。あんたのことだから気づいていないと思うけど、
Because you're who you
あ
are.
れ、潰れてるのよ
But。the place went out of business.
廃園になってからもう2
I
年以
think
上
it's
経つ
been
んじゃない？
about 2 years since the park closed down.
なんと
What? It was no wonder that when the customers saw all the time he was there. Exasperated as she was at Soujuurou, student council president seems to be enjoying herself. At this point, she would be yelling things in Soujuurou like, I can't believe you didn't know that. But this evening, this one and only evening, she found it charming. They parted ways and Soujuurou returned home to his apartment. Immersed himself in his studies and before he knew it, it was time to go to work. The major cultural difference, though certainly not the only point of a difference between city and country, was the use of time. It didn't matter what part of the city he was in, time flew far too quickly here. Falling to squeeze in within a drop of knowledge from his textbooks, he put them away for the day before heading into town. Oh crap. Are we gonna cut up in some nice stuff on the way? Yeah, your GPS today turned into tomorrow. Soujuurou reversed his collar to protect his neck from the bitter cold and began to make his way back home. Not a soul to be seen. No dogs scrunching for food. No late night shoppers. Where would there be? The solitary convenience store. The area closed at 11 o'clock. Huh? You asked what little energy he had, taken an especially deeper breath. Unmade landmarks lined the deserted street. The grayish blue fluorescent light, brighter than the stars above, illuminated the darkness. An unconscious sense of anxiety seared within him.
情けない。
It was up to
夜が怖いのは
Giza.
当たり前
It's
じゃない
normal
か。
for the night to be scary. The chill kept up his spine as he attempted to mask his weakness with the words. Stay out of the dark. Stay away from the deserted places. Whether it was for some deep reason, perhaps the fact that he looked so helpless. When he had a matter in his life, seemed to warn him with these words.
そうは言ってもしょうがないし。
Did knowing that ever help anyone? What did that even mean? It's out of the dark. When the city was without a light. Everywhere, from the bustling train station to the remote residential areas, was illuminated by artificial light. At least the main roads. Scary was scary, but this kind of fear was of a different sort than what he would felt in the mountains. The most likely source of his fear was the fact that this place was governed by slightly different rules. The way in which the city meted out justice was terribly imbalanced. And to provincial soldier, his lack of familiarity with the laws of the land terrified him far more than the dark. In the mountains, retribution came swiftly to those who broke the rules. Take Kim Trail, for example. Those who unwittingly trespassed on the animal kingdom's domain would, as a matter of fact, be savaged by the native wildlife. According to Soldier's mind, an offender paid the price for one's mistake immediately. It was not a matter of who punished whom, it was simply that the one who broke the rules would meet the instant tangible retribution. So just a matter of a fact, like, and not just by design. I mean, like, he felt that in this regard, the laws of the city were far too ambiguous. But I mean, that's sure gonna be ambiguous as hell if you're putting a caveman into the city from all of the places. One could meet the demise without never knowing whether one was the right or wrong. So I guess it's probably not that different when it comes down to it. To put it simply, retribution was delayed. To take the analogy a step further, my home and his village, one individual had been given the responsibility for maintaining order. In the city, however, someone was put in charge of punishing lawbreakers on behalf of kind-hearted citizens who lived there. While crime and punishment in the mountains were synonymous, in the city the two were separated, and a related person brought a judgment after the crime had been committed. Entering places that must not be entered, seeing things that must not be seen, breaking the law had consequences. Some would come to exact justice for the law that was broken. The result of this was that the safest way to survive the city was not to stick your nose in the affairs of others. When the people who cared about Soujuurou told him to stay away, probably meant if you don't, nobody will be able to help you. Oh crap, I almost took another shortcut. No matter how much of a nuisance those obstacles were, one couldn't just climb over neighbor's fence, even when one's apartment was just the other side. If people inside happened to be awake and called the police, nobody would lift a hand to help him. This is misguided view of the city. Soujuurou once again ended his day in peace. Well, at least we made it back in peace. So all good that is good. Unable to fall asleep right away, he saw out his window upon the night sky from the floor of his apartment. The cityscape had caused him to tremble in fear when he first moved here. The convenience of solving almost any problem with the flip of a switch. The novelty of living well away from a complete stranger. And all disappeared into the night sky when he looked up. Is this really the same sky? Unconsciously, he caught his own words. What the dim stars? What a calm sky. Here there was a starry night. Could he even survive here? The same misgivings since first night continued to haunt him. His eyelids fell shut. Although he was fraught with a worry, Soujurou's body felt fatigue from his work and studies, and he felt fast asleep. And that's how the extra chapter ends. So, thanks everyone for watching. We're going through the extra chapter, and see you the next time when we gonna come back to the main story. So stay tuned in for that one, and till the next time. Ciao.